Welcome back to my favorite matchup at StarCraft 2 right now. On the new patch, we have a singular, epic game. I don't know what happens, but I know we might be here a while. And I am happy to introduce in the top left with the red SCVs, it is Micro Jackson, ByuN. The only man who seems to not care about his opponent's plans, the only one who can shut down ByuN and cause him to restart his PC. Well, guess what? It's Dark, the final boss. Yes, these two, possibly the most headstrong, kind of personality-based players. I say that as a compliment as opposed to anything derogatory, because they both they just pick it out of, throw a dart at a board, they pick it out of a hat. That's all I could come up with for randomly picking strategies, but they spin a wheel maybe? I'm sure there are other options. But, I have no idea what to expect besides good games for the fans. And if you like good games for the fans, Jimmy, just cut that part out. Then you should like this one. Now watch this be the most anticlimactic. It's possible. We've had a lot of back and forth. I don't think there's really any consistency. And since we're only looking at a single game, there's a very likely chance it ends abruptly with little to no warning because somebody just wasn't paying attention. So far, though, ByuN, okay, you can't just make Marines. Well, ByuN went 2 Rex. No, did he even build a Reaper? No. He did not build a Reaper. He's just going 2 Rex Marine Medevac, which, well, it's ByuN. On the other side, Dark has not carved out any new slices of the mold yet. He's got Queens, Speed, probably see a Lair and or Bane Nest soon, especially since, obviously, no Hellions or Reapers coming. Ooh, a Roach one. Yeah, definitely something Dark is liable to favor. And realizing that ByuN's not sitting there just crafting his supply depots into fun geometric designs. No! Instead, ByuN is building Marines. He knows where that Overlord is. That Overlord knows that ByuN knows where Overlord is. And now ByuN knows that Overlord doesn't know anything because it's super dead. As he comes out, 445, 2 medevacs, stim is complete. No +1, combat shield, a long way off here, but it's 16 stim Marines and 2 medevacs. Well, are there enough Zerglings? Queen's looking for something. ByuN, slight stutter step. Marines, very, very, very good. Grinds through all those Zerglings. 22 lengths for 7 Marines. The critical mass of the Marines reduced enough that ByuN has to back off for now. Looks like Dark, he's very willing to throw Zerglings at the problem. Even if it seems like it doesn't work the first time, he usually gets a few more attempts. 2 engineering bays on the way. No evolution chambers, just a straight up wall here on Gresman. New maps, new patch, live on the ladder. Go watch my video. Not right now, watch later. It's probably in the recommended if I did my job right, but when do we stop calling it a new patch? I think after Katowice. With Katowice. So a couple weeks. Alright. No promises. Is that? It is walled, right? Yeah, I'm 98 per... It looks like it's not from this angle, but ByuN... That Zergling would have already got... Okay. Alright. Huh. Uh-oh. Whoop! Unceremonious death, but... taken out. ByuN working on the rocks here. Doesn't want anything standing in his way. Geological Zerger. Well, that's most of the limits. 1-1 for both sides. It's going to be Ravagers. Roach Ravager for Duck. As he upgrades +1 ranged attack. A style that is incredibly vulnerable to ByuN's typical medevac multitasking, but it's kind of like flailing around a hammer or a flail. really. You have this blunt force weapon that is Roach Ravager. They're very cheap, easy to reproduce, just lacking in mobility overall, and stopping power in a maxed out army. But of course, you can max out much quicker than your opponent most of the time. So we can bring that hammer to bear and right down on ByuN's base. Well, I think ByuN with several tanks is going to be ready for it. He's already seen the Roach Ravager. I'm actually kind of surprised we're seeing such an investment. The new patch did buff Hydra's off creep with a little bit of extra speed. In fact, Dark has almost intentionally, it seems, ignored many of the changes in the patch, as Hydras are a rare sight. Ravagers were actually nerfed in their build time. Creep itself as well, with longer cooldown and less vision. But there is a non-zero chance Dark doesn't even know there's a patch. So here we are. Half a dozen more Ravagers joining the count. He's at 12 and rising. ByuN, Marines and Tanks. Sticking with the classics as well. Scan spots the double Evo not upgrading, as well as no hive. So ByuN, oh god. It's going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack, but they don't call him the Nutcracker at all. But maybe they will after this. We'll see as Dark comes in from all sides. Roach, Ravager, some supply depots in the front, trying to get shots on the tanks. Knocks down one. ByuN standing his ground. No SCVs pulled yet. Still 2 tanks on the back line. Ravager spread is good, but the Marine split is better. And the Ravagers cut down by the automatic rifles of the Marines. Reinforcements coming in from the right flank. Last tank. Few SCVs go down with it, but the stutter step is good as ByuN cuts through the army. Enough Marines left over. It was a thin amount of defense, but I think ByuN will hold by that little much. He's done it. He ends with more medevacs than Marines. Wow, that was actually very close. I think 10 less Marines or a couple less tanks, and Dark breaks him there. Wow. He just maxed out and went. What year is it, Stefano? And it's not like anything was happening on the other side. ByuN, I think rightfully, overall, chose not to send any drops out. He chose not to try to do that multitasking he's so well known for. And the thing is, Dark might be thinking about that, because ByuN is so well known for those medevacs sent all over the map. If he had 2 less medevacs and Marines there, I think no question ByuN is dead. He just gets lambasted, all right, pummeled, obliterated, annihilated on the other side. But with every single Terran Marine, he's able to hold. And now he's going to have to try it again. +2 infantry weapons is done for ByuN. And +2 armor joins it. So that's an upgrade advantage this time around. And the army supplies are a little closer to even. A few Marauders added in as well. And the DPS of that bio ball is becoming difficult to contend with. ByuN still significantly below an army supply, but the actual army value, Dark has a bit more, 1,000 more minerals, but ByuN's obviously a lot of effectiveness there. But the Zerglings find a weak point in the defense. No bio to stop him. More, a full spray of corrosive biles. Projectile vomiting over the field, but ByuN dodges away like he's particularly adept at cleaning up after college parties. 3-3 on the way. +2/+2. Dark kind of buying time here. I think Dark is waiting. How many Ravagers? 14 Ravagers. He's already lost 14. He's going on 40 Ravagers. Medevacs, dodge away, boost use, ByuN splitting. But at this point, it's just suppressing fire, suppressing bio, as ByuN can't come through what is a relatively large choke point because of the sheer amount of bios. Well, here we go. Stimming, dodging, ducking, diving. Oh, ByuN loses enough supply depots to get supply blocked, and Dark keeps bringing it down. The hammer keeps dropping, and ByuN is barely able to dodge out of the way. He keeps having to lift his command center. More roaches on the left flank. Not cost-effective, but maybe effective enough. over to the north. More Ravagers coming in. Command center orbital is burning. It's not a planetary on the left. I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least he can retreat for now. The corrosive bows actually miss the orbital well enough. Repair. He saves it at the end of the day, but the DPS of the Marines of the Marauders are able to come and cut down all the Ravagers. And Dark loses his critical mass. A few bios. Whoa, wait a second. A few bios landed. And if you look underneath, watch me make these bio units disappear. Zerglings all over everything, ripping through the tanks. More corrosive bio onto the Liberators. Hold for now. More bio army from the natural as well. Saying bile and bio back to back is quite a tongue twister, but right now, not as difficult a needle to thread as ByuN through them. Well, Roach Ravager continues, but no Ravagers quite yet. A few extra seconds on the patch might have made the difference there, but that's so many Roaches. ByuN ain't dead yet. He's got 3-3 in 13 seconds. He manages to pull back on seeing that Dark has not decided to stop, and he may never stop, never stopping. Liberator on the high ground. One tank taken out. Medevacs boost away. 3-3 done. Now ByuN yet again has an upgrade advantage, and somehow he's maintained a worker lead throughout all this as Dark continues to try to bludgeon him. But ByuN, his flexible defense, the gymnastics of dodging these biles is just enough. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know about Maru. I don't know about Clem. ByuN may be the only one up to the task of dodging that much. That is just how many. At some point, he had like 40 Ravagers. He's still got 12. He was able to coat the entire field somehow. It's a bullet hell game at this point. Another scan spots the main army here. Finally, ByuN finds the supply and the space to potentially move out. Dark has a hive. He's taken more bases. He's been under no pressure on his side. The only pressure he's under right now is his unit composition being so mediocre. It is Roach Ravager Zergling, and he doesn't even have Banelings. Just does not hold up in a straight-up fight, especially if the Terran has better upgrades. It's entirely about essentially pickpocketing them before they can realize what you're doing. And by the time they turn around, you got a gun to their head. Ravagers bashing through the rocks. The creep spread continues. Not too far out. Obviously, a lot going on. Ghosts on the way. Vipers. Already one of the best. Like, it just keeps getting better. ByuN, Dark, and Hero are combining. If only Cyril and Maru would play these tournaments. But I think our dreams may come true eventually. I don't know. I got distracted by that parasitic bomb, and then ByuN just deftly picked out, quarantined the medevac, and moved on with his life. You know how hard that is to do? The medevacs desperately want to heal the bile, no matter if they're going to damage each other. So, just deselecting and moving that out while still fighting is very, I mean, added to the list. Very impressive. Ghosts on the field to match the Vipers. Lurkers joining. Planetary. Five more command centers. Sure, yeah. Why not? 5 more command centers. 3 more hatcheries. We're going straight into double-digit bases here, with no signs of slowing down. There's a lot of bases here on Grezman, and they're quite far apart, so I haven't yet seen this map mine out, and ByuN tried against Hero in the better part of an hour. They still didn't manage to do so. So far, Dark has mined 3,000 more gas, only a handful more minerals. Mules will do that. That 3,000 gas is significant, though. Lurkers will slow things down, as will the ghosts. He spotted no detection, but here are the overseers. He baited him in, thinking he had no overseers. I have no idea if that was intentional or he just happened to realize the overseers weren't with the army. But I think actually that doesn't seem accurate. I think the battle report. Oh wait, there we go. 7 ghosts for 1 lurker. Oh my god, what a masterful bait by Dark. I didn't realize he only got 1. Brenda! ByuN's like, would you stop? Why are you... The queens. Did ByuN notice that his queens were killing? That's ByuN saying, Brenda, watch out. That's not how you're supposed to play. I don't know, maybe there was a lag spike or something, but... Wow. And smoothly setting up from the mobile, incredibly tenuous defense into an entrenched campaign-level position is ByuN. Multiple planetary siege tanks on every screen, a Venn diagram of sensor towers, and another half-dozen command centers ready to go wherever he sends it. Both sides maxed out, banking money. Things slow down a bit, as neither player has the army that can risk a front-end attack. 4 infestors. Mainly nest. Wow, that is... we're only missing the Ultra Cavern, I think, in the scheme of things here. He's got a Greater Spire, high-sec auto-tracking, 2 more factories. Yep, just building armor. Just fill it in. Do we have burrow yet? No, actually. That does feel like a bit of an oversight. Some snipes. Goes into surveillance mode to make sure that he doesn't... Or oversight mode, I think it's called, for overseers. But a bit of a Ravager skirmish. Greater Spire almost done. There are no corruptors, so Greater Spire is more like a maybe at some point in the future situation. EMPs have that reduced from when they got the upgrade before. Actually increased from without the upgrade. But EMP a little less likely to connect with, oh my god, infestors. Stalling out. Consume. Sucking out. That's a bit of a risky hatchery to be sucking on right now. But Dark always likes the risky consumes, if you would. He likes it when the scans see it. Which is, you know, to each their own. Speaking of, the lurkers sneaking by. There are 2 Thors on the way. 3 Thors! Did he see the Greater Spire, or does he just think Thors are the counter to lurker? He's building Thor Ghost. Blue Flame is wait, are we going to Brood War? Is this the actual late game? Like Thor and Hellbats? I guess they're more effective than bio units against that many lurkers. Big lurker. He doesn't even have bait speed. Dark! Single snipe, but that's way too many lurkers. Not enough here to defend. A few more snipes come up to try to clear things up. Still a tank on the high ground, but ByuN is going to have to give up this position for now. Corruptors on the way. It does appear ByuN is preemptively switching to an anti-Broodlord. Thor, Ghost, Hellbat is pretty much the highest DPS late-game army. Especially highest DPS late-game army that doesn't get shredded instantly by lurkers. Oh my. Dark is settling in. Dark has gone from the most aggressive battering ram into the door, kind of open up ByuN style, all the way to come and get me. I'm waiting. He's smoothly gone the entire spectrum here, whereas ByuN, I think a little bit less of a range, but even getting the ghost, the Thor. It's preemptive. He's not waiting to see them. He's already getting what he's going to need. And this is the difference of ByuN today versus ByuN even a year ago. Is ByuN a year ago would have been the one trying to make things happen. Now he's already in a position to deal with whatever Dark has. Like, I can't see ByuN a year ago pre-building Thors. No, we're still microing medevac drops. Like, he is playing to win. Oh my god, no parasite! He knows! The best counter! He EMPs the ghosts! Not that he gets that many, that EMP radius reduction. I can't believe the neural parasite EMP is just kind of like a casual part of the game. Then again, Dark borrowing his opponent's units is... He keeps doing... Like, this is just Dark. He's decided that his army isn't good enough. He's gonna borrow some of his opponents. And he just keeps EMPing the ghost. Yeah, clearly the ghost... The reason EMP was nerfed is because their SCVs auto-repair each other next to the Nidus. That's not why. It's because Zerg EMP was too powerful, so we had to nerf it. So it's actually a nerf to Zerg, fun fact. Just like the Disruptor nerf as well. When you neuroparasite a Disruptor, you can't hit nearly as much. Oh my. Throws a huge fungal! Interrupts all the snipes! Here comes the Lurker Siege! Dark! With a multi-faceted assault! But that snipes from the north side! Oh, another fungal. Infestor Broodlord Lurker! Oh no! What a composition! The EMPs, but here comes some Banelings! He picks up and he gets out of there! What a save! It looked to be a pretty desperate situation, but ByuN manages to scramble and save most of his key units, at least for now, but here comes Dark. What a coherent push. So many moving parts, yet so slowly. Remember, the Broodlords are slightly... They're about 10% faster than they were, but Broodlings don't matter. The SCVs haven't died! ByuN wanted to free up supply, but now he's just trying to get as much as he can. The planetary holding, but at what cost? The SCV Dark switched to Terran. The SCV's made it all the way back. Nope. The Lurker snipes on the other side. This is, I remind you now, StarCraft is played by just 2 players. Well, ByuN actually took this base. Not for long. He managed to get a planetary up and the gas geysers, which is kind of surprising. Oh, it's not dead. Oh, he's got... Dark loses so much more just to finish that base off. This fight has been going on for 2.5 minutes. 9,000 minerals lost by Dark, 5,000 by ByuN, but we're continuing. Lurker's looking for so much. The EMPs hit the infestors. Here comes some overseers. Thor's doing terrible damage. Almost everything that doesn't have hundreds of HP died in that exchange. But ByuN, with the Thor backline, pounding through, somehow manages to come out on top. He's 3,000 minerals. I like how Dark used 2 EMPs in that fight. Fun fact. And 24 fungals. 88 snipes and 11 EMPs from ByuN. Just to put those stats on the table in the last few minutes. So overall, the Thor backline, underestimated. It doesn't really feel like they're doing that much damage, especially when the ghosts are in front of them. There's so many other flashy units, but it hits so hard. It's called high impact mode for a reason. So, okay, the battle concludes after 1 pi minutes. So, and finally they go back to their corners and don't murder each other for 30 seconds, which took several minutes to accomplish. Let's look at those incomes. Ah, yes, the mule clip. ByuN climbs his income right back up. What? Look at this siege line. Oh. And the force! I mean, Lurkers do a lot of damage to Thor. This is such an expensive army from both sides. Most of that... picks up Thor drops the ultimate late game as +3, +2 flyer is on the way. The only thing we really haven't seen are Swarm Hosts and Ultras. Oh my. They're both kind of we're kind of slicing the map horizontally. There's so much. Still some lurkers there. It's still not even close. ByuN is a little. They're both spending all their money. ByuN has a bit of gas. Dark has a bit of minerals, and 2,000 minerals is a Oh. Ooh. I don't know what expression I. One of those is right for the Broodlords. That's a lot of Broodlords. 21. We've seen more, but not since the patch. How many overs? Oh. He's got 11 overseers, 24 Broodlords. Things slowing down as neither of them have that many resources or ink. What am I? Okay. The Hell Chad. That is a Hell Chad, correct? +3 weapons is done. Yes, that Hellbat can one-shot every Zergling or Broodling, no matter what their upgrade. Are there nukes? There's a Nidus and nukes. Which, as we're... I don't even know what the Nidus is. I guess you could get beyond the mineral line with lurkers, but what about the Broodlords? He's distracting from the Nidus. The Broodlords raining down a whole feudal society of them right now. But, Liberators! What am I watching? What is this? That was the weird... Oh, wombo combo, EMPs, fungals, snipes, all over the place. Broodlings chasing it. That's still a lot of Thors. Parasitic Mob doing terrible, terrible damage. Incredibly expensive armies. Okay, everybody going back. The armies keep getting clunkier and clunkier and taking up more and more of the screen. Broodlords and Thors are not the most agile creatures. I mean, you added Metavax and the Broodlord speed buff, and they get mildly more agile, but not much. They still got some heft to them, if you would. And especially since the Broodlords can't flood the field as much with Broodlings, it does give the Thors more opportunity. Yeah, if 10 of you snipe, some of you will land it, is the thought process there, it seems. That's so many. Yeah, we got the money shot there. It's a little uncomfortable to look at for long. Undulating, you know, as they do. Ah, yes. A late game we've never seen before. Infestor Broodlord from Dark. Advance ball. Got freedom. Wow. That is a lot of Liberators there. Broodlords coming in. Now, some of them cut down. Oh, Thor pounding in. The Broodling count is high enough to force them back. A few Hellbats will help cut the wheat from the chaff there. I guess it's all chaff at this point. The Ghost helping a lot to delete the Broodlings. It's really all about that impact damage. Ah! What the flying! That was certainly something that we just... So, the Banelings come rolling in. The Ghost split while cloaked. The Dying Ghost EMP. But a distraction. And he borrows a few times at the start. The firing squad. And the Overseers are on the wrong side. What's happening? Whose army is whose? Well, the Snipes take a huge chunk of the Broodlord. But most of the Thorns die as well. The Overseers were all, like, 20 of the Overseers were on the other side. They don't need energy to detect, but they need to be where the units are. All right. You know where you move your units around, unless you're Terran, and then you can just map hack anywhere on the map, but that's irrelevant. So, somehow, that fight comes out about even. ByuN manages to kill... Oh, my. Well. I don't think... okay. Let's just leave this one open for a bit. Uh-huh. Well, it's rounding off. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking water during that. I don't know what I expected. Oh my, to the moon! Well, here we are. Dark is out of gas. He's lost 20k to 14. He's lost 19 Brood Lords, 20, like, that's a whole laundry list here. Oh, ByuN ran out of mineral patches. The big downside. He ran out of mineral patches. As you can see there, the mineral patch is straight up mining out. As the mules rip them out of the ground with prejudice. And the times of plenty have ended, as neither side really able to find reliable minerals to mine from. We may actually mine this map out. I said we've gotten kind of close. It's just a massive map. We're getting there. And they're maxed out again. I think this is the last time. There is not... I don't know if there are enough minerals left to max out again. There are, but maybe not on these times. And the army supplies, 160 for ByuN versus 150 for Dark. The army values, 10.2, 7,200 for Dark. Oh, there's a base here! And it is fresh minerals. Juicy. Meanwhile, ByuN 8957. A nuke in the tank. Changeling waves. Because are you really going to shift quick? But don't do that. Oh my god, the Hellbats counter the changelings. But anything to tax the APM. Here comes some broodlings from the north side. Hellbats in front. Banelings rolling through. Brenda! The queens are here. Energy bars all over the place. The market is oversaturated. Meanwhile, a semi-base trade as another Ghost Thor army. Why are you building more command centers? What are you going to do with more command centers, ByuN? He's going to bring them to the... You already have 10 orbitals. It's too late. He's like, I need more planets. Do you? What could you possibly do with more command centers? There are not enough mineral patches. Well, this army... ByuN has split his army into two more manageable parts here. The queens. Oh, Dark ran out of gas. Banelings rolling in to try to zone out. And the Thors are crumbling to the Brood Lords as the queens are still intact. The ghosts, there's no evac. Boys, how about that evac? Oh, meanwhile, a ghost, he doesn't have EMP, and left behind. Oh wait, those ghosts have full energy. ByuN realizes Dark borrows a ghost. And then brings it safely back to its army. All the overseers, somehow, some way, we're even. ByuN once again killed some more minerals, but this time Dark actually got more gas. Dark cast 1 EMP to ByuN 6. 42 snipes, 26 transfuses, 13 fungals. He's building morbidals. It's morbid time. Stop. Dark, they're running out. They can't keep doing that. I feel like ByuN split his army a little too cleanly there, and Dark was able to make a clear choice. ByuN's rebuilding SCVs. What? I don't... 34? Yeah, it seems low, but I guess he's not maxed, so... Is Dark gonna be able to bleed him out? What a game. We're still no real, like, it's getting more and more stressful, but I don't think there's a clear lead anywhere. Because ByuN is overall taking better fights. Besides that last split, which was very questionable. Another one of those, and Dark might have the ability to bleed him out. But in the full army fights, ByuN has been taking better trades. So it may come down to Neural Parasite. It may come down to which Terran units are on which side. Because right now the Ghost Thor is a lot. But, well, the only less mobile unit, the Queens, are on the other... Yep, this is Dark versus ByuN in a nutshell. ByuN is still long-distance mining the base that Dark is actively taking with mules. Dark is slowly moving his base to the north. We are very slowly turning this to north versus south, as opposed to east versus west. As both sides just unable to defend both corners. Oh my. The army... the Queens, some spine crawlers in there. Looks like ByuN gonna try to... He somehow managed not to get crushed, even with these smaller armies. There's half a dozen ghosts. How many Hellbats? 28 Hellbats. Wow. He still has that nuke, by the way. There's a lot of options. So Dark cannot cast the... I am 99% sure, not that this ever really becomes a factor. I'm 99.8% sure, not 9, but 8, that he cannot cast ByuN's nuke with Neural Parasite. I think you need a Ghost Academy of your own. But... Alright, well... Oh my god, this is happening. The Changeling's like, what are you guys up to? You know, what about... Have you ever thought of opening a restaurant instead of murdering innocent Zergs? The Changeling not having any effect here. The Queens are coming. I'm not entirely sure Queens are going to be able to deal with this. Only +2 mech armor for ByuN. He's actually doesn't have that third upgrade, which adds up over this ridiculous amount of time. EMP across the Queens there. Oh my god. An open kitchen for roasting some Zergling. 40, that Dark has killed no units. 43 Zerglings and 2 Queens have died in the last minute or so. And that also includes the Greater Spire and the Spire. So, whoa. Does he not have... He can't build any more Broodlords. Not that he has the gas at all. The main base is slow roasting. Dark is just expecting to lose it. He's rebuilding. They're not maxed out. The Broodlord, they're so... unleashes a wave of broodlings. Oh, I can't tell. I mean, obviously this is a ridiculous death ball. Oh, EMP. Just a volley of EMPs, but the Thor is down. Orbital. Snipe connects, but not enough. You need 2. The main base now almost fully charred. More like char-broiled. Get it? Because this are... rebuilding and that's it for Dark. But he's building 3-4 more infestors. They cannot rebuild. They can rebuild only a... Why are these ghosts here? Two, they had enough for cloak, and apparently no detection. Every unit, once again, has become valuable. Oh my god! 50k versus 57,000 minerals. 19. They've mined 150. Wow. Over 100,000 minerals and however much gas. That's a big number of gas, too. I don't have that kind of math skills. Huge numbers. There's a maximum, and we're very close to it. The snipes, the detection, kind of minimal as he trickles infestors. Where's the rest of the army? The ghosts land EMPs. He did get burrowed, but the fungals, where's the rest of the army? Losing a few ghosts there is beyond things he can't afford. 6 broodlords have died. Well, the fight has gone on for 4 minutes, so. Still worth noting that ByuN actually much more efficient over the last 69% of the damage dealt by him. 90 snipes. Oh, but is this it? Well, it's happening. Here comes some neurals, but here comes from ByuN. The queens! The queens! Banelings rolling in! The thorns doing terrible, terrible damage to each other and to the broods. ByuN was losing a lot. It looks great for Dark. But the snipes from the north side, where do those ghosts come from? Where's the detection? I think Dark, with all his Infestor Queen Broodlord, brings it together. I think he's done it. Finally a fight that goes almost as cost effective. He killed 23 ghosts. He lost 14 Broodlords. Some scans. This is ByuN saying, am I still in the game? And the answer is, it could be a draw. Because there's so little gas, Dark may not end up having a Spire by the end of this. And he may not have the gas to build one. So, it is not over yet. And in fact, it might not even have a conclusion. Oh my god, the long distance mining mules. More to deny his opponent, but I mean like any minerals you could bring home. A lair is rebuilding because the Hellions or the Hellbats deleted everything. Liberators. Oh my god, the infestor count I mean, I don't know why this Thor is here, but it's no longer. That is so much. It's 21 infestors. Only 4 broodlords. The minerals are gone. It's not over. The infestor count, but the infestors on their own can't do it. If the broodlords die, it's just queens and infestors, which there are 10 ghosts on the field. Liberators, slightly cheaper on gas as well. How much is left? Oh, I gotta just find out. 450. We got 58. 10. There's 600 gas left. Is that the whole map? I think so. That's it. That's the last gas geyser. He's rebuilding a Bane nest. He's got 8. That's it. We're empty. There's gonna be 400 more. So 1,200 total gas for Dark. ByuN is empty. He's got no more to mine unless he pushes this position. Fungal. That is so many infestors. EMP is good, but this is where that reduced radius may very much come into play. Changelings targeted. ByuN has equal army supply. 103 to 104 going into this. 45 minutes, and we still don't have a clear leader. Dark has taken great fights, but ByuN's broke. But he has some of the most cost-effective. They both have the most cost-effective. It doesn't get more cost-effective. Oh, wait. Was that a gas geyser with gas? 430! Which doesn't sound... That's 3 liberators. Infestors chaining one at a time, but with advanced ballistics. There's no corruptors. 5 Vipers. Dark spends every last... It's a draw. Wait, it's actually a draw. If ByuN doesn't win, that was it. Okay, wait. Is there any way for him to kill flying buildings? Like, does he have enough? If he doesn't have enough gas to build a spire, it's a draw. There's still some gas over here. Oh my god, he's killing the drones on it. There's only 120 left. If he spends that last gas and can't build a spire and a corruptor, I mean, I don't know if we'll get there. We'll see. All that matters is how this fight goes. We'll worry about the technicalities later. The ghosts are not quite in position. The snipes! The snipes! Get all the vipers! Did he get all of them? There's one left. The hatchery's gone. You can't mine gas with no hatch. ByuN can't repair anymore. He has no minerals. There's a few marauders, but the snipes, he doesn't get everything with the fungals. The snipes, where are the thors? Ghosts dying. Ghosts are dying, but the thors join the fray. A single liberator to zone out. Fungals coating everything. More transfuses. No energy. There's no repair. The medevacts are all that's left. Here comes everything! The snipes gets a brood! There's 2 or 3 broods! Ah! Oh, viper! No! It's not! ByuN, no! ByuN can't be thinking of this. But, oh my god. Dark! I guess wins, but there's 94 gas. Oh, I guess he doesn't. There's plus the gas down here. Maybe there's enough. The thing is, like ByuN, why you can't? You have no units left. You can't fight it. So there's still 8 dies with a nuke. It was that close to a draw. Like, yes, Dark with his ghost, his infestors, wins the fight. But the technical, oh my god. $96 ghosts. 550 Zerglings, which seems kind of low. 28 queens. 69,000 minerals lost. 30,000 gas. Yeah, the point is, let me explain the technicality. Is Terran buildings can fly. There is a grand total of 500 gas left on the map. A spire costs 200 gas. Dark has 200, so that leaves 500 gas. If he spent that or on anything else before realizing he needed a spire, then ByuN could float to the corner. There's nothing to kill it. It's a draw. Parasitic bomb doesn't work on buildings. There's no way for Dark to technically eliminate ByuN in that scenario. But if this was the global finals, I think ByuN's thinking of that. For the Brawlers Club, thank you AlphaX, by the way, I don't think, even if that became the technical scenario, I don't think we're going quite that far. And it's not quite there. But the fact is, I'm doing too much math. 71,000 gas was mined, and it came down to the last few hundred. That may be the closest game. I've definitely the closest I've seen on the new patch, but one of the closest games I've ever seen. And of course, with 2 of the best. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that singular match. Thank you to AlphaX, and check out this one and not them. Jimmy picked this one out for you. Like, subscribe. Hopefully I made the better part of your day better. Or a significant chunk of it at least. See you next time. Good luck, have fun. Stay chill.